Recently, there's been a string of horrendous crimes involving death, money laundering, and the destruction of public property running rampant through the U.S. The worst part is that many of these offenders haven't faced real justice for what they have done. These criminals may not be whom you expect because they're corporations. Most are just made to pay a small fine for what they've done and then go on with business as usual. Corporate charter revocation is a way for the public to hold these repeat offenders accountable. Offenders like BP, Massey Energy, and HSBC who have gotten away with some of the worst crimes in recent history. The first repeat offender is BP. Most wanted for environmental and economic devastation, BP has committed hundreds of crimes, including the Deepwater Horizon spill, the largest oil spill in U.S. history that dumped 4.9 million barrels of oil in the Gulf of Mexico. Although BP has been fined around $4.5 billion to be paid over 5 years, if their yearly profit of about $25 billion stays the same, less than 3% of what the company makes will go toward the fine. BP tripled its spending on ads in the 3 months after the disaster. Corporate criminal number 2 is Massey Energy. Massey has engaged in repeated violations of law, contributing to the deaths of 29 people in a coal mine explosion in April 2010. Investigators later wrote over 100 pages on how Massey repeatedly placed profits ahead of worker safety and compliance with the law, and how this lack of safety culture took the lives of these miners. Massey's CEO, Don Blankenship, retired in 2010 and walked away with a retirement package worth over $80 million. In November 2014, a federal grand jury indicted Blankenship on 4 criminal charges. Meanwhile, he remains free, and Massey has been acquired by another energy company. Corporate criminal number 3 is HSBC. HSBC admitted violating money laundering laws covering $200 trillion in transactions. With customers including terrorists and Colombian drug lords, one might expect a criminal prosecution. Instead, the Justice Department opted for a financial settlement of $1.9 billion, which is about 5 weeks of income for the company. Their bonuses were clawed back, partially. When people commit crimes, they can be sent to prison, or worse. Why are these businesses allowed to continue their activities when they've shown they have no concern for people, property, or the greater economy? A corporation's very existence depends on the public. It is created when a state government, which could be any state, but for most major corporations is Delaware, issues a corporate charter. This is a legal grant of power and privilege from the state to the corporation. If a business continues to break the law, this charter should be taken away. This process is called corporate charter revocation. This is usually done by the Secretary of State or the Attorney General of the state that issued the charter. If a corporation that's incorporated out of state abuses its privileges in your state, its license to do business there can also be taken away. States have revoked corporate charters and business licenses for out-of-state corporations in the past by the will and pressure of the public. That's where you come in. Most people don't know about corporate charter reform, and they don't know that it's possible to deliver this just punishment that companies like BP, HSBC, and Massey deserve. It's up to us to make this known. Please share this video to spread the word.